mistaken! I have the high ground!
You underestimate my power!
Don't try it!
In 2023, Lightwine managed to
Hi, Lightwine! Hello, my friend Lightwine. I'm James Wine, and I have heard that you have received votes and placed highly on voting for the top player of Sweden for a game called Awesome. I want to congratulate you, my friend, on your high placing, as you have done so well. Good job, my friend. Good work. Very cool, very swag. It is your fate. I will dance for you, my friend. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You are number one player in Sweden. Congratulations, my dear friend. Nice one, yeah, for high placing, voting called game called Awesome. You're number one, you'll be number one, my friend. Good luck, very cool, very swag. Keep up the good work. Congratulations, my dear friend. Like one, bye.
And in the left corner we have Eloy. And the crowd goes wild. Every single time you see this guy pop up in Osu Sweden's score tracking channel, he always manages to turn heads. All eyes glues to what score he just set. I mean, are you kidding? Moikai DT, 8 misses, A rank? What? Ohio 1 miss? A DT 2 miss on Mackie's diff on Glory Days? This guy keeps improving every year, getting scarily close to setting DT scores that compete with the tippity top of Osu players. In 2023, Eloy didn't just set his first 700, he set his first 5. I mean, really it was 700, but mostly because I didn't mention that he also set his 2 first 800s last year. But man, just thinking about the scores I mentioned earlier, it can't be long until he breaks the next barrier. We'll all be looking. You're up, champ.
Tony, the big black Reno, has been a staple for the Swedish OWC roster ever since he landed on it for the first time. One of our most reliable tournament performers, and 2023 was no different, playing in OWC for Sweden again as well as stepping up for the 4WC roster. In the midst of swapping up his tapping style to middle index and hurting his finger after OWC, Tony still managed to set a couple of scores such as an FC on Dawn of the Dragonstar and an HD FC on Rage of Furious Thunder. Despite 2023 not being the most active year for Tony, he still managed to place on this list, which really goes to show how good Sweden thinks he is. And who knows, maybe next year he will set 3 plays instead of 2.
Tillbaka på 7:e plats i Alfela. Felan visar återigen varför han förtjänar att vara på den här listan. Med imponerande scores som bluesegern Hardrock 8 miss och en A-rank med 500k score on på Evangelion med score V2. Om hans solo-scores inte vore nog, så är Felan också visat hur bra han är inom turneringar genom att få en badge och genom att representera Sverige i både 4WC och OWC. Specifikt i OWC var en extremt viktig pusselbit för laget som tog sig hela vägen till topp 12. Felan har tyvärr varit mindre aktiv under den andra halvan av 2023, men vi alla väntar ivrigt på vad han kan visa världen under 2024 om han kommer tillbaka.
Yagao is the OG DT player of Sweden. She's a player that has truly stood the test of time and keeps showing us every year why she's still at the top of Sweden's country ladder. In 2023, she performed her usual act of setting a lot of impressive scores, multiplying her amount of 700 PP scores by 6. Also worth mentioning that among those was her first ever no mod 700 and her first ever 3 mod 700, showing that she really has a bit of range. And of course, she was also playing for Sweden in the OSU World Cup again this year, in which she has been a mainstay. And even with all of the new kids on the block, she still manages to show that she has what it takes to compete and improve. Totally been around for a while, and we hope it stays this way for even longer. We know that few are as dedicated as Yagao, and we're all excited to see where that dedication takes her next.
Some call him the Messiah of Sweden. And can we really blame them? Trumpino is truly a wild card. Easily brushed off is just another speedy DT player that Sweden seems to have so many of. But the people making that conclusion will be very mistaken. Don't get it twisted, Trumpino is an amazing DT player and he's pushing high BPM tapping and stamina like nobody else in Sweden. What people might miss though are some of his tournament scores, getting some truly impressive scores on gimmick maps like Chugger's Wormhole and his staggering 880k on Voinich's Big Dipper. Might I add that Malishevsky got 255k in the same lobby. Regardless of his impressive tournament showings, what most people know Trumpino for is his solo performance. Setting his first 700 this year with an HDDT FC on Abracadabra, and even though 2023 was the year for his first 700, he wasn't done yet, setting another 10 by the end of the year, topping it off with a 789 PP score and number 4 FC on Dash Masterix Bird Sprite with HDDT. Trumpino keeps showing that he has the goods, and is truly a player to keep an eye on. So let's just see how many miracles the Messiah can perform in the future. No pressure though.
He is back. Andros, the highest ranked Swedish player, came back to the game during the latter half of 2023. He was nowhere to be seen during the first half of 2023, having a combined 150 plays from January to June, and no one would blame me for thinking that he had quit for good. But alas, the king returned to his empire. After some slight derusting and graduating, Andros had 5 800 PB plays as well as 4 900 PB plays only within 2 weeks, claiming back the title of number 1 Swede. Andros also participated in OWC 2023, where Sweden had their best performance ever in a World Cup since 2014. It doesn't stop with OWC though. The only thing Andros' profile lacks is badges. Starting in the end of 2023, he began improving as a tournament player, and it would not be unlikely that Andros will get his first badge in 2024, should he keep improving like he has. But his future badge is something we'll have to congratulate him on in next year's video, coming November 2025, if we're lucky.
Spinx is the archetypal modern Swedish player in terms of skill set, being yet another no-mod HR aim and stream consistency player in a country saturated with them. Difference being that he is simply better at the game. Amongst active Swedish players, he's only second to Reedcat in those skill sets. An unfortunate meeting with Lightwine in the losers bracket made for a shorter run in Sweden Cup than one might expect, but a whole 7 700s and a set of good performances in OSU World Cup certainly make for something to wipe away the tears with. And when I think of Spinx, that's what first comes to mind, the World Cup. If Team Sweden is to have any future ahead of it beyond the, at this point, older crop of regional top players, you need a core made up of players like Spinx to act as a foundation to build upon, to keep Sweden in World Cups long enough to season the grunts. So here's to another year of improvement and sustained interest in the game for Spinx. We really do need it.
What's up, guys? It's Brunito 101. What can I say, man? I'm gonna talk about someone you might be even expecting for me to talk about right now. I'm talking about none other than Reedcat. You know, what can be said that's not already been said about this guy? For years, Reed has been pretty much the uncontested CEO of Swedish tournament play. And man, it's not even been close. He took home the Sweden Cup badge every single year he's participated. In 2023, man, it was like the first time he ever lost a match in the history of his presence in the tournament. And with almost 4 years of uncontested reign as Sweden's finest, and man, I don't know, I mean, he's a great tournament player. And in 2023, man, he didn't even play that much, right? He didn't play that much. He still squeezed in 3 badges in the first half of the year. And somewhere in between that tight schedule, he also had time to set some scores. But I guess not too many, man. I mean, I've heard many things about this guy. I think I heard from my friend Sundoge. He said, yo, Reedcat's like in Botswana, whatever. He went to like, you know, he went to Mongolia as well. I mean, I don't know what Reedcat's doing. So, but despite that, I mean, he's still going crazy. Now, to be honest, I don't really watch Reedcat play. I know some of you do. I don't. So I had to ask a professional. In this case, you might know him as melwem. So I asked melwem, I said, man, let me know about this guy, Reedcat, dude. What the hell has he even been doing in 2023? And he told me this. That he made some scores that stood out, like his Hard Rock FC on Mirror Mirror and his FC on Devour Me, Colossus, which are like the first FCs that they're kind of on the map or something like that. After that, I told melwem, man, shut up, bro, please, man. But then he continued to say, like, oh, man, you know, and he's also, like, grinding a little bit of money because, you know, off of these tournaments, he made some money from Sweden Cup as well, dude. And he claimed a bounty on a map for FCing, I think, Colossus or whatever. So he's, like, getting, like, rich off of Osu, you know? And then I told melwem again, I was like, man, to be honest, I actually don't care about what you're saying anymore, dude. But whatever, man. I mean, now I know that Reedcat's making a lot of cash. And what can I say? I mean, Reedcat, I only got one message for you, man. I mean, save it up for your next trip to Malaysia, dude. You're gonna enjoy. All right, that's it. Brunito out.
Vare sig du är en person som tror att genetik spelar roll i OSO eller inte, så tror jag att vi alla kan hålla med om att Skilla är ett freak. Gång på gång lyckas han visa att han inte bara är kapabel att åstadkomma allt vi tror, att han kan åstadkomma, men så mycket mer. Det spelar ingen roll om det är att klämma in 5 badges på ett år som om det inte vore någonting alls, eller om det är att vara den första att ta Reedcat till Bracket Reset i Sweden Cups slutfinal. Han är kapabel för det, och mycket mer. Han lyckas sätta scores som ingen annan i Sverige kan matcha, men dessa scores är även ofta extremt högt uppe på global leaderboarden. En del kanske säger att det mestadels är för att han är så duktig på hidden, men ofta så behöver han inte ens hidden. Ta bara en titt på hans scores på Bleed eller Choose Me. En del av er kanske är snabba med att påpeka att han använder hidden i hans Choose Me-score, men han är även den enda med en hardrock-score i topp 50 på hela kartan, vilket är ganska galet när man tänker på att han ligger 12:e på leaderboard. Hur som helst, vi hade kunnat glasera den här grabben hur länge som helst, men min tid är strax slut. Så bara njut av resten av replaysen och håll utkik för vad han kokar ihop under 2024. Vad det än är, så är jag säker på att det kommer vara spicy när han bestämmer sig att vakna från sin tupplur i alla fall.